I'm with him.
Family's coming over.
The vehicle?
Yeah.
And these items are for you?
I would take that. Afford anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man to a fight. Honorable. And we don't have to pretend or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb. Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else. And I weigh 177 pounds. An actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy. And right? When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit. I'm going to choke him out. That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors. But you're actually better than that. Real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you is comedy is good and true. Touch points. Well, people laugh. If we don't make fun of them at their expense, they laugh. You should all make fun of me. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me, that it still works, and then you should get paid for it. And let's go. Because we're leaving. We're going to Austin. What was my very last point?
That we're gonna kick Joe Rogan's ass?
The real G said it. It's my speech. Justin Fitz.
Yeah. Big JTV. We got to talk about this, man. Like, comment, subscribe as y'all come in, pull up. This guy, Liver King, man. This guy's a effing goofy, man. And you know what? This is when clout chasing goes wrong, when scamming goes wrong, when being a liar goes wrong, when all your life is built on a pile of, horse poop. You know what I mean? And you are so addicted to clout that you're willing to crash out to the highest levels in order to finally get an inch or even a millimeter, not even a centimeter, a millimeter of clout that you used to have when you become so desperate and pathetic. And what's the worst part of this Liver King thing is his wife and kids are involved, man. His wife and kids are involved, and this is the really disgusting part. That's why I want him in jail longer. Whatever time that he's in jail, I want him in jail longer. And if you're not in the know of what happened recently, I'll be placing a video either at the beginning or interspersing it throughout this content. This guy was arrested in Austin, Texas. Yes, why? Because he went all the way in Austin, Texas to fight Joe Rogan. This nigga is clearly on drugs, man. Man, he's clearly on drugs. It's not funny, but it's funny. This guy is clearly on drugs and also clout chasing. And because he has not been told no enough and been told enough times that he is an idiot, right? He's been able to come back. This is years, my bad. Like decades of grifting, of getting away with nonsense and not being properly held accountable. Anyways, man, let me read this article. Joe Rogan basically reacted to this, right? And this is a TMZ article. Joe Rogan to cops, Liver King is mentally unstable. I heard he's got a drug problem. Yes, this guy is clearly on meth. He's doing meth. He's doing crack too. And he's mixing it with Xanny bars. Let's go. Joe Rogan talked with cops after Liver King challenged him to a fight via social media and told Joe Joe told police the fitness influencer appeared to be significantly unstable. According to new legal docs obtained by TMZ, cops in Austin, Texas, say the former Fear Factor host told them he interpreted Liver King's string of social media rants as threatening, which is why cops were called and eventually led to Liver King being arrested on a charge of making terroristic threats. So that's the charge. Okay. Police say Joe told them he'd never had any sort of contact with Liver King, real name Brian Johnson, and was unaware why he'd been targeting him. And cops say Rogan went on to tell them he'd been told Liver King has a significant drug issue. Oh, the guy who scams people and has a serious steroid issue does drugs? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed the guy that stabs needles in his bum and then starts to eat liver on social media and claim to be natural when he clearly is not, does drugs? Who would have guessed? Anybody would have guessed if you have two eyes. Let me read. In the docs, police say Joe Rogan told them, based on what he'd seen from the Liver King's recent Instagram post, the guy clearly has to be significantly unstable and seems like he needs help. As we reported, cops say Liver King traveled from Willis, Texas to Austin, where Joe lives and records his famous Spotify podcast, and they busted him at a hotel Tuesday night after he kept ranting online about wanting to fight Joe Rogan. In case you didn't know, Liver King achieved fame as a fitness influencer who sold health supplements based on primitive lifestyle he showcased online, though he later admitted steroids and human growth hormones were actually the reason for his muscular build. As we reported, Liver King was charged with a Class B misdemeanor, and it looks like he's out of police custody because he's back to posting bizarre rants on IG. Of course he's back. You know, my thing is, individuals like this who lie to the public, who scam, who finesse, and now who get arrested by the police for making terroristic threats, sadly, I hate to say it, sometimes in this world, justice doesn't happen. I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it. I'm going to say it. Justice does not happen. People who should be under the jail are still out here lying, finessing, and playing in y'all faces, man. So let me tell you something. If this was actually just a clout chase move, congratulations, it worked, because I'm talking about it, multiple YouTubers are talking about it, and individuals who shouldn't care about a lying, scamming piece of garbage like Liver King are now paying attention to him. And then he's achieved what his ultimate goal was, to clout chase. And that clout chasing is leading to his products being sold. Let me tell you something, man. This idiot had a whole Netflix documentary dedicated to him. And they spend less than 10 minutes of a 45-minute documentary clearly exposing him for being a lying, scamming, conniving piece of trash. All right? They did about 35 to 40 minutes of de-stroking him, and then maybe 5 to 10 minutes of accountability. And that's the sad part. The sad part is a young guy is going to look at this person and believe that he attained any of his strength naturally. The sad part is people are going to buy his supplements and think they're going to have ancestral tenets, when this guy is a multi-millionaire living in a big mansion with a ton of guns and a ton of modern amenities and a literal private chef, which signifies zero ancestral tenets or living on a wellness type of lifestyle. This man also clearly has a drug problem. He's doing meth. I promise you he's touching crack. I promise you he's touching pills. But guess what? Sometimes justice is not served. He's now on Instagram as I am posting this. And hey, sometimes you have the complexion for the protection. And you take with that what you think. Big J TV, like, comment, sub, get in the comments. Let me know y'all thoughts. I'm out.